Oh, where is everybody? Hmm.
What you doing? You having a hard time with something?
Is that what you call it?
Oh, okay. Now we got it.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Boy,
So glad to see you guys. Hey, and Darlene, good job. Persist.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was trying to see if you can fit everybody in the screen, but all right, there you guys are. Thank you.
okay,
We're not here.
Is that Trudy there, Darlene? If you can move Trudy just a little bit, kind of towards the center. Yeah, just move her so I can't see her face at all. It'd be great to see her just a little bit. And then Audrey's in the back. There we go. A little bit more. This-
Want me to get up? Hey, no. Want me to get up? Okay.
there's
Good.
Trudy. Okay, and then Neville's in the back there. If you can move him just a teensy bit towards the middle too, so I can see
I
him.
have to stay a certain amount of feet away.
Right, so that's
So
two.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. Or he could be in the way back and I could see him. He could be back where that sign is. Right?
I'm sorry? Can you see all right? I can see good.
There we go. I can see Audrey now. Yeah,
Here, move here.
there we go. All right. Well, Neville, that means you're going to have to talk nice and loud then, so I can see you. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. All right. Well, hi, everybody. We're getting ready and stretch, and we have a new president. Yay. Did everybody get to watch the inauguration?
Yeah, I believe so.
Was it on? Did you guys watch it together?
Oh,
Darlene?
actually, we did not get the chance to watch it. No.
Okay, all right. Well, while you're there, it was a happening thing. Touch wood. Hopefully it's, I haven't watched it lately. So anyway, so everybody stretch. We're gonna ready to sing. Let's stretch first, all the way up. Move your hands around, move them to the sides, move them back a little bit, because we're gonna get ready to dance. Okay. Roll your shoulders. Can you move your shoulders a little bit? Okay. And right back the other way. And so you go, oh, I want you to sit up. Oh, wait, let's breathe first, shall we? It's always important to breathe. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. All right, another deep breath in. Exhale. 3 times. Deep breath in. All right. Now, guess what? I am changing hats right off the bat because we need to do a very important dance, and that is a rain dance, because boy, oh boy, do we need some rain. And I think everybody could help doing that. So put your hands side by side like this. Put your hands up, side by side. Yeah. All right. And remember to sing in the rain. And the 1 and the 2 and the 3. Oh, wait a second. We have to move our feet too to make it a real rain dance. So as you're doing it, just move your feet a little bit. Just tap them. You tap your feet. 1 and a 2 and 3. I'm singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so high up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with that rain. I'm gonna face tap feet now. I walk down the lane with happy refrain, just singing and dancing in the dun 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 dun. That's you tapping your feet. Dun 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 dun. All right. We got that going on. That's good, because boy, oh boy, it was beautiful though. The last couple days, I went out and I got to go to one of my favorite places. Maybe some of you guys know, it's out in Marin County. Neville, you ever been to Point Reyes? It's a national seashore. Or Beatrice, you ever been there?
No, I have.
Yeah, isn't it pretty? It's pretty out there. It's very green, and it was just lovely. And that's where my my mother and my father and my brother, their ashes are scattered out there. Yeah, and so I went out to be near them, and also to see the beauty of nature. And it reminded me of how great California is, how we're so lucky to live in this wild and wonderful state. So I thought I'd do a wild California song. Okay. Now I have to change hat for this, because this is what it's an old-fashioned song. Wait, I got my old-fashioned hat. Check this out, folks. It's a bonnet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, look at this thing.
Yeah.
That's what they wore. Okay, when they got on those wagons, they didn't have sunglasses. They came out in those wagons, right? And they had this. All the ladies had hats like this. Okay, the bonnet, and they put their hair up here and have this down here like that for sunglasses, right? So this is about coming to California and enjoying its natural wonders. Okay, so can you put your hands together like this? California, here I come. Sing along if you know it. Back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning, birdies sing, and everything a sun-kissed miss said, don't be late. That's why I can't hardly wait. Open up your golden gate, California, here I come. Yeah. Well, now all of you guys are from other places. Now, Beatrice, you're from Louisiana. You're from where, dear? Say it again, nice and loud.
Louisiana.
Louisiana, that's right. And Audrey, you're from where?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
There we go. We got a bunch of ladies from Louisiana. And then Annie, you're from New Orleans.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a whole crew. How about you, Trudy? Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in San Diego, California.
San Diego. Wow, we got a California girl. Excellent, San Diego. All right, we got one California. How about Neville? Neville,
Yes,
oh dear. Is he there?
yes, I'm right here.
Right here.
Neville, I can't hear you there. Can you move over just a little bit? Where are you from, sir, originally? Nice and loud.
Oakland, California.
All right, a native. Oh, we got two natives, two Californias and three Louisiana. Isn't that wild? Well, so I'm going to ask the Louisiana folks. So Beatrice, when you get to California, what did you think about it when you first got here?
Well, I just thought it was a beautiful place to live because I was with my brother and his family and my sister. I had relatives here and
Right.
my aunt was here. So I enjoyed being around them.
Right. You got to see your family. That's right. They all came out before you.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, and did you end up in Oakland?
Did I? Well, when I came from Louisiana, that's why I came to Oakland.
All right. Great. So did you like the oak trees and the space and what else or the weather? I bet you, did you like the weather?
I liked the weather, but I had gotten so homesick, I really wanted to go back home.
Oh, really? Oh, see, Louisiana's, someday I'm going. Someday I am going
But
back.
you know, it depends on which one. It's a lot of places in Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, I heard the food is real good. And in fact, right in February, we're going to do a whole thing on Louisiana and New Orleans because of the Mardi Gras, right? But that's later. So I got to find out from Audrey, when you came to California, did you like it? Or you were homesick also?
Yes, I like Oakland.
Yeah, you liked Oakland? What'd you like about it?
Everything.
Everything. All right. You didn't miss that hot weather, did you?
Yeah.
All right. 'Cause you guys from Louisiana are tough. You guys got some hot weather down there. How about
That weather is really hot.
yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. And New Orleans, very, very hot. So let's see. Annie, when you came, did you like California?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. When did you come here? How many years ago?
How many? Oh, God. I think I was, senior in high school when I came out.
Oh, you were in high school. You
Yes.
came out here. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And all the rest of you guys, you've been out, born and raised. So you're like me. I'm from Vallejo, California. I say, Eddie, and you're all from the coast, right? That us coastal Californians are spoiled rotten. We are spoiled rotten. You know why? The
Why?
weather's so good here. We
Yeah.
can't, especially San Diego. Oh my goodness. San Diego's got the warmest, it's like a little paradise down there. But anyway, yeah, so we're sort of spoiled. So it's hard for me to imagine going to Louisiana in the summertime because I might melt. I know I would melt.
You probably will melt if you're not used to that type of climate because it gets very hot.
Very
Yeah,
hot.
very hot. That's right.
Mhm.
But the thing is, I'm 66 years old. I'm not sure I'm getting used to it in this lifetime. I'm not sure. Anyway, but someday I'm going. But listen, we're gonna today we're gonna spend a special time because we're gonna go to a whole different place that's also kind of warm. Wait, I gotta fix my hand. And we're going down to the Caribbean. Yeah, down to Jamaica way. Anybody been there been to Jamaica?
Yeah, I've been to Jamaica.
Who you have?
Yeah. been there.
Trudy, when did you go to Jamaica?
I didn't move. We went down there to visit.
Oh, all right. Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Did you get swimming in the water?
All that stuff. Gave us all that stuff.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. See, I was there. Get this, I was there in 1979.
Oh,
Long time ago. And I had so much fun. we stayed, we went there. We thought we were going to stay a week. We ended up staying there 6 weeks.
Right.
Oh,
Yep. And we had adventures. Oh, we have adventures because we were young and we didn't plan for anything. Right. And I won't tell you how we got there, but first we got to sing. All right. So this is about going down to down to Jamaica. And so I need some dancing because talks about the dancing girls sway to and fro. So we will need some dancing. If you move your hands a little bit, Audrey, just move your hands, turn around like that. All right. So, and if you know it, please sing along. So this is a Harry Belafonte song, and it goes like this. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top with the sun. I took a trip on a sailing ship and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many days. My heart's down, my head is turning around. I have to leave the little girl in Kingston. Sounds of laughter everywhere and the dancing girls sway to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But it's sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Leave a little girl in Kingston town. All right. Did you hear that when you were down there, Trudy?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, they played that, I bet, a lot. But, when I went down there, my husband and I went down there because we loved Harry Belafonte. We heard his records, and we loved Bob Marley. I heard his records, and we wanted to see what it was all about down there. But we were young and we didn't have a plan. And we went with our friend Joy, and she went with us. And we arrived. Oh my gosh, when we got to Florida, and that's a whole nother story. But when we got to Florida and we got a nice little flight to Jamaica, you know what they did on that flight to Jamaica that they probably will never, ever do now. Because, they just don't do that. From Florida to Jamaica, it's an 1.5-hour flight. They gave us, and I'm not making this up, folks, 3 free rum drinks. Yes, 3. And so when we arrived, and they were not weak, they were like a strong rum punch, and they gave us a punch, right? And we got off that plane, and we kind of, stumbled into immigration, breezed through that, and then got into the airport, and we were looking around, and all of a sudden, now we had backpacks, okay, because we were going to go camping. And all of a sudden, we're looking around, and we see that all of a sudden, all these cab drivers were coming into the other tourists who were also a little drunk because they'd had 3 rum punches like us. And they were like, "Ooh," right? And they if you put your suitcases down, the cab drivers would swoop in like bees and grab your suitcases, and they take them into their cabs, and they put them in the back of the trunk of their cab. And well, you didn't have any choice but to follow them, right? And so we decided we don't want to do that. That's going to cost us a lot of money. And plus, guess what? We didn't know where we were going. Can you imagine that? Arriving in a foreign country, you don't have a hotel reservation. You don't have anything reserved at all. It was insane. I can't imagine doing it now. Can you imagine that? Arriving in a foreign country without anything. And so we just knew we didn't want to take a cab because we knew that was expensive. So we threw down our luggage and we sat on it. And we thought, well, they're the only way they're going to get our luggage if they have to get us first. So we're sitting on it and we were thinking, well, what are we going to do now? And guess what? This young man, this young Jamaican man comes over and he says, what are you doing, man? They have the greatest little talk, don't they, Trudy? They have great accents. It's a beautiful little sing-songy language, you know, it's patois. And they said, what are you doing, man? It's just sitting here. And we said, well, we don't know where we're going. We think we're gonna catch a bus to Negril. And Negril Beach, it's a part of Jamaica, right? And the man said, oh, the bus is all gone, man. And so basically we ended up going with him, taking a bus up to Montego Bay, all the way up. And all of a sudden we're in a part of Montego Bay that had chickens in the road, and goats and shacks. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is an interesting part of town. And the man his name was Cecil, who we were traveling with, he said, well, my auntie will lend you a room. Well, we got to his auntie's house and he knocked on the door and she came out. And the minute she saw him, she started screaming at him in this patois, like this. And she's screaming at her. And we knew we weren't welcome there. And so he said, and then all of a sudden I was hungry and I said, we got to get some food around here. You got to know, you have a place like a little restaurant. And we went to this little restaurant and it was literally, you know how big it was? It was the size of basically Darlene's office and another office, right? It was a tiny little restaurant. It had 3 tables and the best Jamaican food in the world. And so guess what? We ate there. And then the man said, you can stay in, I have a little shack in the back here. You can stay for $5 a week.
Wow.
Yeah. And it had a bed, big room, big bed, a lot of room. Only problem was, you know where the bathroom was? Outside around the corner and down the block. I couldn't do that now if you paid me $1 million.
I know what you mean.
I'd be up and down all night long, trying to find the bathroom. Anyway, we stayed there though. We had a blast and we'd go to the ocean every day. And sometimes we'd sing this song. In fact, we learned some songs with the kids there. All right, so this one, you know, and this is by Harry Belafonte. Everybody sit up straight if you can. Take a nice deep breath in, roll those shoulders because we're getting ready to make some noise. In fact, I want you to do it so loud that Leslie in the front can hear you, okay? This is a song about the guy who moves the bananas, right, from the ship, all right? And it's called Dayo. So sit up straight, and at a count of 3, we're gonna do Dayo. 1, 2, 3. Dayo. And you say, Dayo. I can't hear you. Everybody, let's try. Dayo. Daylight come out, we won't go home. Day. It's the day, the day, the day, the day, the day. Daylight come and we won't go home. A beautiful bunch of ripe bananas. Daylight come and we won't go home. I see Leslie black spider. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day. The day, the day, the day, he's a day, he's a day. Daylight come and me one go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me bananas. Daylight come and me one go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me bananas. Daylight come and we want to go home. Day, the day, the day, the day, the day's a day. Daylight come and we want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we want go home. Everybody sing now. Day's a day, a day's a day, a day's a day. Daylight come and we want go home. Isn't that a great song? I love that song. It's about a poor guy who works all night long. He's on the night shift. What a heck of a time. Did you ever work the night shift, Beatrice, all night?
I wouldn't have worked if I had to work the night shift.
Say it again. Can you pull down your mess?
No, I did not.
You didn't. That's good. That's a heck of a job, isn't it? Working all night long.
I imagine it is.
It is. Trying to stay awake at 4 in the morning. How about you, Annie? Did you ever have to work in the middle of the night, like a night shift kind of thing?
Oh, no, I've never.
Okay, me neither. It's a heck of a deal. How about you, Trudy? Ever worked the night shift?
No, dear.
You did?
I said, no, dear.
You did not. Oh, good. You're a lucky one too. I can't. So Neville, you ever worked the night shift?
One time,
One time.
that was enough.
Well, that was enough. Huh? Wow. Yeah, it was enough. How did you stay awake?
I kept drinking coffee.
Kept drinking coffee. I know.
That's the
And
only
then you get off the night shift and then you can't sleep. And oh my goodness, it messes up your whole schedule. Hey, Neville, what were you doing?
I was the labor, Albert Mills, down foot of West Oakland.
Oh, wow. Wow. Port of West Oakland. Yow. That was just like the guy in Dayo, because he was offloading bananas. Yeah. So, it's hard staying up late. Well, back to Jamaica, folks. The reason I am talking about Jamaica today is because, let's see, how many years ago? We have to do the math, but it was a heck of a long time ago, right around this time that my husband and I went to Jamaica. So around this time, I always commemorate the time by doing some singing and storytelling from that time. Now, one of the things we went to do there is go to the ocean. And we heard there was this beautiful bay called, actually a beach called Negril Beach. And Negril Beach, now Trudy, when you were there, did you go to Negril Beach? It's world famous.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, you're trying to remember, right? Well, I'll tell you what it looked like. It's this big, long beach, and it has the warmest, most luscious water. Here it was January. It was the end of January, and the water was perfect. Like you could stay in there all day. It was so amazing. And so we'd go in there, and well, on the way, I have to tell you how we got there. Because like I said, we didn't have very much money. We'd saved up a little money, but we were trying to pinch our pennies. And we were taking a bus out to Negril, and on the bus, and we were the only tourists on the bus. And on the bus, we met this, we were just happened to turn to this lady, and she was a native. She was going home to Negril. That's where she lived. And she goes, and we were saying, hey, do you know any camping spots out there? And she said, no, Mom, there's no camping spots, but my cousin, he has a farm above Negril, and he rents a space out to tourists to camp, to put up a tent, and there's a bathroom, and you can go there. And so we got the directions. So when we got there, sure enough, we went and we found this farm, and this guy, listen to this, the guy who owned the farm was 79 years old. His wife was, I think, 56, and he had just had his 8th child.
Wow.
Right. She was 56. He was 79. This woman was walking walking around carrying this baby. And she said, that's my new son. I was like, wow. Anyway, so this is a true story, folks. And he was very nice. And he said, you can put your tent there. The outhouse is right there. You can use the spigot for water. It's like perfect. And so the first day we went down there and the beach was glorious. In fact, I'm going to sing this song because I'm going to pretend I'm swimming there. In fact, I want you all to swim. Pretend you're swimming. Put your hands out like this. And you put your hands out like this. We're going to do some swimming. All right. And I'm going to sing it. And if you know it, sing it along. By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea, you and I, oh, how happy we'll be when those waves come rushing in. Well, we'll jump and swim and go over and go under. Ma is rich, what do we care? You and I, oh, we ain't gotta care. I would like to be beside the sea, beside the sea, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea. Yeah, all right. That's the way I felt when I was there. I was in that water because I really am part mermaid. In fact, I have a mermaid pin. Let's see if I can show you. Right here, there's a mermaid pin. Because I love when I find warm water, I'm in it. And I was in that water swimming and for like, I don't know, 6 hours or something. I got really tired and we went and my husband was swimming and our friends were swimming. It was really nice. And then so that night we went up because we were been swimming so much, you get tired. And we went up to back, we got home to our little camp spot and everything was fine because, folks, it was still light. It was not dark. Well, the next day, so we went down to the beach again. And in fact, I was thinking, I'm going to stay here for a week. This is so relaxing. And so the weather was perfect. The water was warm. There was good food, cheap food you could get. But what happened? We stayed too long at the beach the next day and ran out of food. So we went to this little fish shack. This little, I'm sure they have them down in New Orleans with just like a little kind of shack where they just sell fish, right?
Right.
And little fish stew or something like that. And so we heard this was a really good place. And so we're waiting for our fish stew, but I think they had to catch the fish first. We waited about 45 minutes for our fish stew. And by the time it came, it was dark. It was dark out there. And we ate our stew. And we thought, we better get back to our house. Because see, where we were staying, it's up this road about 3/4 of a mile in the country. And we knew there weren't many lights, right? So we finished our fish stew and we start walking up the hill and it was pitch black. It was dark. There was no moon. No moon that night. It was probably like a new moon or something, really dark. And we get about maybe a block up and on this little road, there were houses, but they barely had lights on. I mean, everybody seemed to be asleep already. It was only about 8 o'clock, 8:30. But anyway, no lights from the houses. And we're walking up this dark road, just my husband and I, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just felt like it was out of nowhere like that, came a bunch of dogs. Oh, we heard this. And we looked down and we were surrounded by at least 4, maybe 5 big dogs. Yeah. One of the scariest times of my entire life. They were big dogs and they were not friendly. They might have been somebody's dogs, but they were big old guard dogs and they surrounded us. And I was freaked out. I was so scared. Thank God for my husband. Thank God for somebody who has some sense. He said to me, and he's tall, and he says, Katy, we got to stand up very straight and we'll go back to back up the hill and we'll scream, get away. And so that's what we did. we walked very slowly, back to back, very, standing up as tall as we could, screaming at our top of our lungs, get away, right? And you know what? We didn't get bit. We didn't. The dogs finally left. Isn't that something? I can still remember that. I mean, that was almost 40 years ago, I think, and maybe 42 years ago. I can still remember that. Like it was yesterday, because it was so scary. And so finally we get up to our tent and there's no dogs around there. Everything was all right, and went to sleep. But boy, the next morning, I did not want to stay there anymore. I was like,
I know what you mean.
right? I was done. I was so done. So we got out of there quickly, and it was nice, but we still had to leave, right? So that's when we left Jamaica. Well, we didn't leave Jamaica after that, but we got, it was pretty soon after that. So yeah, it was an amazing place, and someday I hope to go back there, right? So, well, listen, I have to change hats because do you remember a couple weeks ago, it was Elvis's birthday? Do you remember? And we did a little Elvis rocking and rolling. Well, it's not Elvis's birthday, but I found a song that I really wanted to have you guys dance to, because I know you guys like to dance and sing. So I'm going to change hats. We're going to leave Jamaica temporarily. And I'm getting my Elvis, right? Here we go. Here we go. Elvis's wild hair. Elvis's wild glasses. Look at that. All right, now I'm all ready to rock. We're gonna rock. Everybody, let's rock. All right, so guess what? We didn't do this one, and this is one of my favorites in the whole world. It's called Jailhouse Rock. And so anyway, sit up straight, take a nice deep breath in, bring your shoulders up. Okay, now this time I want you to put your hands out like this. Can you put your hands out? Shake your hands, shake your shoulders, and everybody go, well, say, well. Okay, and we're going to put this together, and a 1 and a 2 and well, welcome to party at the county jail. The people down there, they began to wail. Band was jumping and going to get a swing. Should have heard knock jail, sing, let's rock. This time, you guys rock. Everybody, let's rock. Come side to side. Everybody in the whole cell block. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Spider Murphy played on the saxophone. Little Joe was blowing on the side trombone. Drummer boy from Illinois was the whole rhythm section was a purple gang. Everybody, come on now. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Number 47 said to number 3, you're too still, bird of heaven didn't see. I want to be delighted with your company. Come on to the jailhouse rock with me. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Dance to the jailhouse rock. The sad sack was sitting on a block of stone. Wherever in the corner we were all alone. Ward said, hey buddy, don't you be no fair. You can't find a partner, you can work and share it. Now this time, I want you to put your hands up like this, right? Everybody, let's rock. Put your hands up now. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole city block. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Oh, dance to the jailhouse rock. Shifty Henry said to Bugs, for heaven's sake, no one's looking. Now it's time to make a break. Bugsy turned to Shifty and he said, I want to stick around while I get my stick. Let's rock. Put your hands out. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole side block, oh, dance to the jailhouse rock, oh, dance to the jailhouse rock, oh, dance to the jailhouse.
Right.
Thank you very much. You guys did some good dancing there.
Oh, Lord.
All right, for 11:15 and 11:20 in the morning. The only problem with Elvis is this Elvis is itchy. I can only do a couple of Elvis songs, and I have to take off my wig because it's just too darn itchy. But we have to do this one because this is a good one too. And you know, I really like this one. And I think you guys could all use a little bit more dancing, right, Annie? Dancing's good for us.
I guess so.
Yeah, and this time I want you to move your feet, okay? And one hand, and I want you to put your hand out like this, because this is one of those ones where you're telling everybody, stay off my footwear. Your what kind of footwear? Blue.
Suede
Blue
shoes.
suede shoe.
You got it. All right. All right. Now listen, we got to start out with our well. So everybody move your shoulders, move your hands. Okay. And a count of 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Well, everybody say, well, well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. 3 to get ready. Now go, go, go. Step on the blue suede shoes. Lift your feet. You can do anything. Step up in the blue suede shoes. You can rob my house, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, but all honey, step on the shoes, don't you? Step on the blue suede shoes. You can do anything, step off my blue suede shoes. I said, blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Said, blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Said, blue, blue, blue suede. You can do anything. You can stay off of my blue suede orthopedic shoes. Thank you very much. All right, you guys. We had our Elvis warm up today. You guys are great. I'm going to take off Elvis and I'm going to change hats. Oh, don't look. I got to find a good one now. I want to find a really good for this song. This is a song about we're wishing it would rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. Got a different, I'm not Elvis anymore. All right. I'm another person entirely. Okay. Oh, wait, I have to sing this one, folks, because, you know, we were talking about traveling. I'm sorry, I'm changing hats again. That's what they call me, Katy the Hat Lady, because I can't seem to keep one hat on. I have to keep changing it. All right. So this is a funny cowboy song, but it's actually about traveling. And look, I'm taking my glasses off. This is about traveling and enjoying traveling and going from one place to another. And actually, when I was young, my mother called me the gypsy of the family. And would you believe this year, this very year, I will have been 40 years in this house that I'm living in, that I'm Zooming to you from. 40 years. And she called me the gypsy. Okay. That was funny. Because when I was young, between the ages of about 21 and 26, I was always moving. Always moving. So I think this one's for me when I was young. I'm singing to my younger self, and if you know it, sing along. It goes like this. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a wandering star. Wheels are made for rolling, mules are made to pack. I never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. Well, I was born under a wandering star. Mud can make you prisoner and the plains can make you dry. Snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry. 'Cause home is made for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. 'Cause I was born under a wandering star, a wandering star. Yeah. All right. And that was so true, because I just love to travel around, and so did my husband. And so we were always looking for new places to go. Well, we ended up back in Jamaica, folks. We ended up wanting to travel into the inner part of Jamaica. And so we had the guy who rented us that nice little place in Montego Bay. He said, I have a friend out in the country, out in the mountains, and he'd like to, if you bought him some food, you could probably stay on his living room floor. He's very friendly. And we said, okay, that sounds good. And so, you know, he wrote out his address, and this was his address: Brother Bim, Catadupa, Jamaica. That was his whole address. So we got on what we called the Catadupa Choo Choo, the railroad. It was get this, in 1979, they still had a real steam train. Isn't that something? In fact, now, of course, it's gone, but it was still going, and it went like this, you know, like a real steam train. And we took the steam train all the way, and it was like through the jungle. It was so amazing. I'm so glad I took that trip. And we get off at the town of Catadupa. We don't have his address. We just have Brother Bim, Catadupa. And so we got off this in a little tiny train station, like the size of 2 chairs or something. Anyway, we get off the train station, and we're on the kind of looking around like, well, what do we do now? And we see this young man passing with some groceries. And we said, excuse me, sir, you know where Brother Bim lives? And he goes, oh yeah, man, he's right down there. See the big old, keep going. You see giant palm trees, huge palm trees. That's his house, old house. Go on in there. That's where he lives. So we go down there, and sure enough, it was an old house. I think it was one of the last houses in the plantations. It was a plantation house, and it was wooden, and all the paint was gone. But it was it was old, and it was like a small plantation house, but it was very, very old. Even at that point, we knew it was like maybe 150 years old or something. It looked like a strong wind would blow it over. In fact, I'm sure it's gone today. But and it didn't have a lick of paint on it, but there was, some people around there, and we went up to the front door and banged on the door, and this huge man, really tall. I mean, he was like my husband's 6'3", he was like 6'5", and he had, the dreadlocks that the Rastafarians had. He had dreadlocks, and his dreadlocks were in a huge cap, and that made him about 3 inches taller. So he looked like this giant. And we're like, hello, we're friends of Brother Percy, and we came from Mo Bay, and we told him, and he's like, he didn't say much, and we said, he said if we bought you some groceries, we could stay here for one night, and because we were here to see the countryside. And sure enough, he said sure. And so we gave him this money, and he went out and bought some groceries, and then his wife, they had 3 kids, and she cooked. Get this, you know where the kitchen was, folks?
Yeah.
Outside. Yep, I'm not kidding. Outside under like a tarp, there was a little kitchen, there was a little fireplace and stuff, and they cooked there. I think, and it was like amazing. And she cooked these really good Jamaican rice and peas, which is, they call them rice and peas, but it's really black. It's like black beans and rice. And they add some spicy, some nice chili in there, and coconut milk. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. And so she made that, and we sat around, and the kids, and get this, folks, we couldn't understand one word of these children because they had such a thick patois, right? A thick patois. And that means it's an accent, and they could understand us, but we couldn't understand them. And sure enough, we finally finished our food, and they talked a little bit. We just sat there and went, right. And we didn't know what they were saying. And then the kids and the wife went to bed, and then Brother Bim, he motioned us to come into the house, and we sat around the only table there, and he gets out a big Bible, and we're talking a Bible like this big and thick. And he puts the Bible down, and he opens the Bible, and it's all dark. It's pitch dark except for one little lantern. And he's sitting there, and he starts thumping his fist on this Bible. You know, he'd open a picture and he'd thump his fist on the Bible, and he'd go, rah, 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 and we go, and then he'd go, rah, 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 and he'd thump his fist on the Bible, and we didn't know what he was talking about. Maybe he was talking about that we were devils and he was going to kill us the next night. Anyway, we didn't know what he was talking about. We were so scared, and we just went like that. And so finally he got tired of going, bum, 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 and he stopped. And finally, we just went to bed. Though my husband Jack and I were a little nervous that night, thinking, well, maybe that means he's going to get out an axe and kill us. But we didn't, anyway, we kind of thought not. And sure enough, the next day it was so nice. We had a little breakfast, and we walked down right below his house, and it was like a Tarzan jungle down there. And I was expecting a snake to come down there, but we didn't see anything, gosh. So isn't that something, folks?
Yes, it is.
You never know when you're traveling what you see. But listen, it get to be that time. So I want to thank you for listening. Okay. And I want to give you your homework right now. Okay. Now I've been telling some stories, and I know it's Zoom, and so I can't hear your stories very well because of Zoom, but I want you guys to tell your stories to each other, because I know all of you have lived long, interesting lives, and you have stories to tell too. So listen to other people's stories and tell a story to one of your friends there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And be nice to everybody there, and nice to yourselves. Okay. All right. I'm going to sing one song about staying warm though, because it's still a little cold. You ready? So, and everybody go like this at me too. Everybody like this. Button up your overcoat when the wind blows free. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Eat an apple every day. Get to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Be careful crossing streets. Ooh, ooh, don't eat too much meat. Ooh, ooh, don't eat too many sweets. Ooh, ooh, you'll get a pain and ruin your tum-tum. Stay away from bootleg hooch. Woo-hoo, when you're on a spree. Take good care of yourself. Everybody sing. You belong to me. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to pack it up. But yeah, like I said, keep singing. Okay. Pack up all my cares and woes. Here I go, staying low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, and sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here could love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed like the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Blackbird, bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Take it easy. We'll see you next week, okay?
Okay.
Keep singing.
Okay.
We
Take good
will.
care.
Bye. Mwah. Bye.
Have a good
Right there in the middle.
Yeah, that's you, Ann.
Yeah, I was saying, what's that?
I'm gonna get out of here.
Well, I think I'll come behind you.
Be careful. Right, just do.
Japan.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mr. Neville. I thought we were gonna stay here.
I'm going to the restroom.
Okay, let me check if there's
Okay.
welcome. There's the bathroom over there. Let's see if we have room.